Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you.
Hey! Happy Days was actually the very first musical that I ever participated in. I got a chance to work on the lighting, so I wasn't even like major lighting, it was like spotlight. Just put a spotlight here, put a spotlight there. But watching the cast perform that made me realize that musical theater is more than just, you know, singing and dancing and acting. It's the combination of all three and shows what art can truly be. Watching that happen, I remember telling myself, one day I want to work on this show again. I want to aspire to be as good as these people. And it's kind of carried me through my entire decade of performing and directing. And so we've reached here where I can finally share that message to these young folks who are getting a chance to be on stage, whereas I didn't. And hopefully they can, in 10 years, blossom further than I could ever hope to imagine.
Maybe you'll find a message in the music. The drummer could be speaking to your soul.
The whole experience of watching where we started and where we're at now, and seeing those moments, watching a song and the choreo is bang on, and just that gives me such a sense of warmth and joy. I know all the work that they put into this, and it makes me so happy. I love especially Message in the Music. This is a song about the joy of music, and that comes through in our vocals, our choreo, and just the looks on our cast faces.
In today's world, in the professional world, a lot of theater is driven around adults or people with like equity. So the chance to see live local community theater, especially after the years of hardship with COVID, being able to support young artists doing what they love, developing their skills, and creating a message for the community, it's important to see those things and support these people. I remember watching the choreo and listening to the vocals for What I Dreamed Last Night, Part 2. And that song, since high school, has been my absolute favorite number in the show. There's such a strong message of female empowerment that I feel is kind of underlying in this show, whereas in the 50s, women didn't have much of a say. And these women in their lives take charge and go for what they want. So watching the choreo, hearing the beautiful blend of the voices, like seeing it all together and just envisioning it in my head with the lighting and the set, it was like goosebumps up my arm, chills.
You teared up.
One of those moments that like made me like uncontrollably sob.
Yeah, we both cried.
We be rooting for the creatures. We always loved the monsters. They was mean and strong. We'd be villains like our heroes. We'd be thugs for.
We see a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, a lot of things that take themselves too seriously. So to work on a show like this and to be able to watch a show like this, you kind of get that sense of childhood wonder. So all the parents and grandparents who grew up knowing Happy Days and knowing these characters.
Or kids like me whose parents showed them Happy Days when they were kids.
Yeah, you get a chance to kind of reflect on that time as an adult, and you can kind of go back to your childhood. You can sit down and watch an episode of Happy Days.
Sometimes we just need a little bit of Happy Days. Sometimes it feels like we need to return to those simpler times and just for a moment lose ourselves. I mean, the way that we've staged it, you add in undertones of finding yourself and finding your place in the world, finding your empowerment. So I love that this show has both of those layers that we can play off of, both just a sense of joy, but then also diving a little deeper, finding out who these characters are and how by the end of the show they found out who they truly are and they're comfortable in themselves.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in this world, people who might be watching this, that don't feel like they can be comfortable with themselves. And to that, I say, goodbye gray skies, hello blue. Just be yourself, because you should really embrace all that you are.
Anything to
Come
say?
see Happy Days.